Perspectives. Russia versus Ukraine. Who rightfully owns Crimea and Donbas? Russia says it's reclaiming what history already made theirs. Ukraine says it's defending borders the world already recognized. This is Perspectives, where history is never one-sided. Russia's perspective.
Russia says it annexed Crimea from the Ottomans in 1783 and calls Khrushchev's 1954 handover to Ukraine a symbolic, unauthorized gesture.
Ukraine maintains the transfer was legal under Soviet law, affirmed in the 1991 referendum and reinforced by a UN vote rejecting annexation.
Russia views Crimea and Donbas as essential for national defense, securing naval bases and countering NATO's expansion.
Ukraine insists Russia violated the 1994 Budapest Memorandum, where it pledged to respect Ukraine's borders after nuclear disarmament.
Moscow contends Ukraine's borders were drawn by Soviet leadership and lack historical legitimacy.
Kiev counters that its national identity predates the USSR and was solidified by the 1991 vote, including in Crimea and Donbas.
Russia frames the Soviet Union's collapse as a geopolitical disaster, one that stranded millions of ethnic Russians and historic territories.
Ukraine responds that post-Soviet borders were defined through referendums and internationally recognized agreements.
Ukraine's perspective.
Ukraine holds that Crimea's 1954 transfer was legal, reaffirmed in 1991 when Crimeans backed independence, and upheld by a UN resolution rejecting Russia's annexation.
Russia argues the handover lacked consent and views the 2014 referendum, despite no oversight, as a reflection of the people's will.
Ukraine underscores that it relinquished the world's third-largest nuclear arsenal in 1994 in return for security guarantees, which Russia broke by seizing Crimea and fueling war in Donbas.
Russia maintains it acted to protect Russian-speaking civilians after the West undermined earlier assurances.
Ukraine identifies its roots in Kievan Rus, with a culture and statehood that evolved independently and was confirmed by national support in 1991.
Russia believes both nations share a civilizational origin and sees Ukraine as historically tied to Russia.
Ukraine reports that Crimean Tatars, the region's indigenous population, opposed the annexation and now face raids, repression, and disappearances.
Russia claims Crimea is home to many ethnic groups and says its actions target extremism, not Tatars.
Borders, memory, power. Whose past defines the future? What do you believe? Drop your perspective in the comments.